how did you leave the banking world
To what I'm doing now.
to what you're doing now? Yeah.
Good question, Rhonda. So at the height of all this deafness and this sort of doom and gloom, and as my this sort of driven, energetic queer woman had sort of ebbed away, what was left then was the shell of me, really, just starting out with a new identity as a newly deafened person. So I was really struggling with confidence, struggling with self-esteem, and just thinking that I was just useless to myself and just useless to anybody and everybody. So when I was at the consultants and the hearing was just absolutely dire, and I'm sort of is plotting what hearing I've got left, and I'm at the I've dropped off the bottom of this guy's charts. There is no hearing left. I was in floods of tears in his office, and he said, "I think there's a rehabilitation program that you may be eligible for." So there was a charity called Hearing Concern, and they ran a week-long rehabilitation program that I got on, and my husband as well, because obviously the deafness affects the person, but whoever you're living with or whoever you're close to, because it's so linked to communication. So we both went on the rehabilitation. During that time, they said they were looking for volunteers to deliver deaf awareness training. And my husband said, "Why don't you volunteer to do that?" And I said, "I don't think I can. I can't stand up in front of anybody and speak." He said, "You can. You can." And so reluctantly, I thought, well, I will give it a go. I've got to try. I've got to do something. And so I started delivering deaf awareness training for the charity. That went really well, and I started to build up my confidence. After a little while, probably 2 years or so, the funding for that project ran out. Now, around that time, I'd had the chance to have an operation on this side called a cochlear implant. And so what that did, it gave me some sensation of sound just on the left side. It gave me enough to hear my own voice again. Prior to this, I couldn't hear my own voice. So I'd lost clarity in speech. And again, towards me losing my confidence.